He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. Tackled at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. And wow, listen to this crowd noise. This stadium is vibrating. That's why this is such a tough place for visitors to play. They get him to the ground about the 18-yard line. It's early, but this crowd is fired up. Listen to this noise here. This is going to be tough for the visitors today. A pop pass on the jet sweep. And they wrap him up, but the gain is good enough for a first down.
You know, to me, Chris, with this offense, it's almost an extension of their running game. You put the receiver out in motion, you flip the ball out to him, out to the outside, let him do what he does best, which is use his instincts, and he picks up a first down.
And looking to throw now on first down. Looking to set up a screen pass here. We're finally able to stop him, but the defense is fooled a bit on that screen play. It's a solid gain for a first down.
I love early in a game like this where you get the running back involved. You just get his hands on the football. Also, nice, easy screen. Gets the quarterback settled into the game. Nice, easy throw. And look at this. It ends up being a huge play.
He's brought down, but not before crossing midfield of the 42.
Well, they've had an entire week to try to find weaknesses in this defense and how to attack. And here in the opening drive, they're using the receiver in motion to get him the ball in space and give him those blockers out in front. Great job of designing the play and great execution here by this offense.
And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. And that run, good for first down yardage. The drive moves on. Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. Oh, a sack. The senior on this defense making a big play.
It just looked like the quarterback was holding on to the ball a bit too long that time. Allowed the defense to be able to get the pressure, and they come up with the first sack of the game.
Tackle finally made. That's a very solid gain, but not close to first down yardage yet.
Man, when your quarterback can run the football like this, it puts so much pressure on the defense. The defense coordinator spent all week preparing his unit to be able to stop this offense. But when this quarterback's able to pull it down and pick up yards like that, it's an extra headache for the defense to have to deal with.
Defense makes the stop. The screen pass doesn't produce a first down, and now it's fourth down. So on their first possession of the game, the offense stays on the field, and they'll go for it. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain.
Well, these are the kind of situations you practice every week. You got to be able to get a yard. And the offensive line was able to give them just enough push to convert here on the ground. Clearly, they've done this drill before countless times, and it shows.
Coming to the line on second down. This is important. They want to avoid a third and long. He'll hand it off. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Chris, this is what I love to see from a defense. As the linebackers are scraping, doing their job, but you need help from the secondary. And when you have aggressive tacklers on the back end, you got a great defense. This time, the secondary makes the difference.
Pitch to the back. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Panthers. A horrible field position to start the drive, Kirker. They just march right down the field and get points.
Chris, this offensive coordinator deserves a raise after that opening drive. The way they orchestrated this inside their own 15 to come away with points, impressive.
Getting set to kick the ball off now. That one bounces through the end zone, so they'll start at the 25. Big guys up front, lined up. It's first down. Takes the snap and takes off on the run. Moves the ball up to the 30. Stanford comes to the line quickly here. Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. Looks to the left. Pass caught. And that gained enough for a fresh set of downs. Spotted at the 48.
And the defense sits back in a zone coverage. Good job here by the quarterback, recognizing that soft coverage, and he hits the routine drag route underneath for a first down.
Receiver makes the grab, and he breaks the tackle on the way to a solid gain there. Offense right to the line, cranking up the tempo.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down. But instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
The Stanford offense is moving quickly down the field. Looking to throw it on first down. Quarterback escapes the pocket and takes off. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
This is why I love the quarterbacks that can make things happen. Here you have an opportunity to try to create. Nothing's there. Play breaks down. Instead of just throwing it away, he sits back, sees nothing downfield, decides to be able to pick up the first down by himself. Impressive run to pick up the first, keep this drive moving.
And he steps out of bounds. No gain on the play. Offense coming to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before we reach the end of the quarter. That's a design quarterback keeper. They got him, but not before a solid gain on the ground there.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Georgia State 7, Stanford 0.
We begin the quarter with a crucial play. Offense setting up for this third down. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Looking to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Stanford.
Well, what a job by the offensive coordinator going to that 5 wide receiver set, creating the one-on-one matchups, finding the most favorable matchup, and then going to that receiver for the score.
And the point after is good. PAT ties the game here in the second quarter now. Formation would indicate they're going to try the onside kick here. And the hands team able to recover the football.
All I can think of is maybe they saw something in the first quarter that made them think that an onside kick would work here. But they came up a bit short. Now we'll see if their defense can hold them and limit the damage.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. That was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
Tackle behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Well, if somebody talks about a play being blown up, this is a great example of that. That's exhibit A for how to be physical on defense.
So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. Running back has it on the screen now. Nowhere to run. They'll corral him for no gain.
Well, these screen passes are all about timing. I really felt the offense looked like they tipped their hand. The defense started to kind of drift that way towards the screen, and by the time the running back catches the ball, there's just nowhere to go.
4th down. He's throwing for it. Looking for his big tight end. And he's intercepted. Look out. He's got some space. The 30. Inside the 20. Touchdown. Cardinal. And the defense adds 6 with the interception return.
How about the risky call here by this offense? I love that they're going for it on 4th down. Not so sure about the play call. The defense was not fooled at all. Steps in front of this throw for a nice touchdown.
I believe they're lining up to attempt an onside kick. And the receiving team has recovered. Looks like the hands team did its job. Here comes the Georgia State offense back out there. They're trying to recover from that last possession. They had things going, but then a pick 6, a devastating play. They got to recover from that right now.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on 1st down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
Quarterback escapes the pocket. That's incomplete. Even on a first down pass attempt, he felt heavy pressure. Second down here, time for perhaps just one more play before the 2-minute warning. Motion by the back will make the defense adjust. Quick pass, here comes a jet sweep. And a decent gain there before the defense brings him down. So we've reached the 2-minute warning as this offense tries to take the lead here before halftime. Third and short now for the offense for the plus 25. Already in field goal range, but can they convert, keep the drive going? They flip it to him on the jet sweep. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
The junior able to bring him down quickly. Second down and goal upcoming. And it looks like the quarterback's going to run it. They finally corral him at the 1.
These quarterbacks today in the college game are so athletic. They can beat you with their arm, obviously. But just when you think you have them figured out, they tuck the ball and go. I'd expect this defense to put in a spy.
Fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia State.
Boy, how exciting has this first half been? We get a touchdown here. They're an extra point away from tying this game up. A lot of great action here.
And they're able to tack on the extra point. And with that extra point, we're all tied up now in the second quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So a touchback will start at the 25. And the Stanford offense back out there in the field now. Their last possession was a beautiful, balanced touchdown drive. Can the defense come up with answers this time? He cannot escape the defense with a sack. They'll crank up the tempo here with the clock ticking down. Second down. And the quarterback dropping back. Using his legs on the scramble. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. See what the call is on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, drops back. Caught quickly. Breaking free at midfield. That's an explosive gain. They've got him, but the gain all the way to the 28.
Boy, a huge play by this offense. A good throw, a nice accurate throw. But I think it's the run after the catch that really impresses me. And early in this game, you got to think they're going to continue to go back to him until this defense shows that they can slow him down.
Second down after that completion. And the quarterback tucks it and takes off as a design run. Defense gets him down, but they'll take the gain on that play. The clock is still running up to hurry up here, but it's a crucial third down. Looks like Stanford will have the first down. They move the 6, but we're to the line here on first down now. And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. Receiver makes the catch. Doesn't quite get in, but it sets up a first and goal for this offense. Takes the snap and takes off on the run. Touchdown, Stanford. Still no answer for this offense.
Yes, that's what I love about this quarterback. It's a great touchdown, but he shows you his versatility. We know he can throw it, but here he shows you his speed and how he can make the defense pay for that as well.
So the offense gets momentum scoring before halftime. Now the kickoff. We'll see if the defense can get a stop and preserve that momentum. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. Here comes the the first play of the drive. Can they do something in the final 30 seconds of the half? Off the play fake on first down. Just gets it away, taking a shot. Catch made down inside the 15-yard line. So a timeout is called to talk strategy. Maybe time for one or two more plays before halftime. So the offense takes the field in the final seconds of the half. Chance for just a couple more plays. A pop pass on the jet sweep. And he makes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers.
Perfect timing here by this quarterback. Great read, puts the ball where his man can make a play on it, and they're an extra point away from tying this game up.
And he knocks through the PAT. The PAT ties the game here in the second quarter now. So an important touchdown just before halftime. Not much time for the opposing offense to try to answer before the break. And the fair catch signaled for and taken. This will likely be the last play of the half. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. The offense will take their first time out of the half to talk strategy here. They went backwards on first down, so second and long from the 24. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. They pressure him and get him. Couldn't get a throw away, and that'll be the final play of the first half. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. All right, let's get the second half going now. The kickoff team is out there. And here's the return from inside the 5. Makes it to the 16. That's good coverage there. And the Stanford offense is back out there on the field. First play of the drive, looking to throw the football. Looking for a deep completion. Receiver left alone down there for a huge gain. Touchdown, Cardinal. They'll take the lead in the second half.
What a well-designed play here by this offense to get the ball to the gifted tight end. Of course, he's got the size, but here he shows you the speed that he has in outrunning the secondary into the end zone for a big touchdown.
I believe they're going to line up here to go for the onside kick. It looks like the hands team were able to recover the football. The offense continuing to build momentum. It's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, looking to throw. They don't pick up the blitzers, and it's a sack.
And just like that, you squeeze the life out of this offense. That's another sack by this defense. They have been in that backfield the entire game, and a big reason why these guys are enjoying a lead.
Pitch play to the back. Stopped right there at the line. No gain.
Chris, you know me. I love to see defensive backs, and especially corners, that are willing to come up and get physical against the run game. What a job of making that play in space. No gain because of the play of that corner.
He's moving out of the pocket now. And the ball to the ground. And the ball will bounce out of bounds, so they avoid the turnover.
Oh, my gosh, Chris. You can almost feel a collective sigh of relief coming from the offensive sideline as that ball rolled out of bounds. The offense catches a break. One more awkward bounce. That ball maybe stays in bounds, and the defense has a recovery.
He did not get it. A crucial play by this defense. What a 4th down stop.
How about the offense being aggressive? They decided to go for it here, and I got to give all the credit to this defense. Being aware, anticipating the call, knowing exactly where they needed to make the stop, and they did it.
And the Stanford offense is back out on the field. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but I've been always impressed with the defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Quick completion to the tight end. He'll be taken down, but he crosses midfield to the 48.
Chris, we get so caught up in these wide receivers and their playmaking ability of getting them the ball in space. Like the defense has to pay attention to them. Often too much attention opens up an underneath drag route like this, and the quarterback makes a good read. Nice first down.
And they'll stop him short of the line to gain. Getting set. Here's second down. Here's the snap. Offense looking to throw the ball. Trying to create outside the pocket now. Finds room at the 30. And they finally make the stop, but that's a huge gain in the scramble. He found some space and just went for it.
Well, here's a quarterback that just takes control for himself. Picking up some nice yards when nothing else is there. This guy's a real threat.
This Stanford offense is moving quickly down the field. First down, looking to throw the ball. It's a screen pass complete to the running back. Brought down at the 7, but the completion moves him closer to the goal line.
Boy, this is great execution here on this screenplay to the running back to pick up big yards in the first down. I think in the process, Chris, they send a message to the defense. You can rush our quarterback all you want, but when you do, you better be careful because we're going to throw the screen on you.
And the quarterback keeps it here. Touchdown, Stanford. This offense cannot be stopped.
Boy, this quarterback already has 2 touchdowns in this game, doing a great job of running the option. I'm this defense coordinator, making some tweaks to have to account for the quarterback in the run game.
With the extra point, the lead is 14. Now they get set to kick it away. Kick bounces out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First down here for this offense. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Airing this one out toward the sideline. Receiver makes the grab inside the 15. Finally stopped at the 4. Great catch and run.
That's one way to be able to move the football up the field in a hurry. These are the types of plays that can really galvanize an offense.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and suddenly we're looking at a first and goal situation. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Boy, how about this defense? Just so physical against the run. These guys have not been able to do anything on the ground, and it's because of that defensive line and those linebackers taking away the run game.
Physical run, breaking tackles. Couldn't quite get in, but they're knocking on the door at the 1.
It's now 3rd and goal. That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, Stanford 35, Georgia State 21.
That wasn't alert enough. Didn't get the play off. That'll cost him 5 yards. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. Crucial play to begin the new quarter. The offense sets up with a 3rd and goal. They go with a direct snap. Ball carrier wrapped up, brought down.
Well, the defense is locked in on this running back, and for good reason. He's already scored a couple touchdowns. If I'm the offensive coordinator, give it to him one more time. Let him make it a hat trick.
A field goal here doesn't help the cause. They're going to go for the touchdown here on 4th down. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Forced out of bounds behind the line. Great defensive effort on 4th down. The offense will obviously decline that penalty and take the result of the play. Right, so it's 1st and 10 back inside the 5-yard line. We're going to see how much this play caller trusts his quarterback. How aggressive will he be from this spot?
Well, this is where you really rely on your offensive line. Late in the game, you got the lead. You got to run the football. They know you're going to run the football. Get behind that big offensive line, run that running back, make sure he protects the football. You got a great chance at a victory.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
And he is stuffed right at the line. I don't think he got it. And now the defense will call a timeout before this critical down, just to get everybody on the same page. Stanford looking to convert on 4th down here. From the gun, he looks for an open man. And he'll just lob this pass into the middle of the field. And that deep shot is caught for a big gain. Oh, and nothing but green grass ahead. They cannot stop him. He's in. Touchdown, Cardinal.
Such a well-designed play here by this offense to find a way to get the ball to the gifted tight end. He's got the size, he's got the speed, he's a difficult matchup, and here he shows he's got the speed to take it all the way into the end zone for that touchdown.
And the extra point splits the uprights. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. Tackled at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. The Georgia State offense on the field now. Play action here on 1st down. Then as he gets the pass away. And the pass is intercepted. A takeaway for the defense. Can he take it all the way? Steps out after a crucial takeaway. This could be a big turning point.
Boy, would this quarterback love to have this one back. They're trying to work themselves back into this game here in the second half. And the defense comes up with a big turnover that could be the nail in the coffin.
1st down and goal now. Can they punch it in? They flip it to him on the jet sweep. He's swarmed by the defense. And a player is down injured after that last play. We'll take a timeout or they check him out. Ball back at the 10-yard line now for 2nd and goal. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Quarterback leaves the pocket, on the move now. And he's finally tackled at the 3. Defense getting pushed backwards. Stanford comes to the line quickly here. They'll try to run this one in. Touchdown, Stanford. Stretching the lead. This one is getting ugly. Well, they began with great field position, and that didn't take long at all, Kurt.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an opportunity. Your defense sets you up in great field position. You're not looking for a field goal. You're looking for a touchdown. Give the credit to this offense for being aggressive and punching it in.
Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. That's a deep kickoff, hammered out the back of the end zone for a touchback. Empty backfield, offense spreading the field with 5 wide. Back goes in motion now. Let's see how the defense adjusts. A pop pass on the jet sweep. Only a small gain. Now looking at 2nd and 9.
At the 26-yard line. 2nd down.
They're going to run the option. Pitches to the back. Breaks loose at the 40. Oh, and he's in the clear now. It's a foot race. At the 10 now. They're not going to get him. He's in. Touchdown, Georgia State.
You know, today's not been their day, but the thing that you can always hang your hat on is these guys are still competing. They come up with a touchdown here late in the 4th quarter. Can use that as hopefully some momentum into next week.
Point after, knocked right through. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away.
28.
He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. He's tackled at the 17, so a little bit better to leave it in the end zone for a touchback. 1st down here, time for one more play before the 2-minute warning. First play of the drive, they come out throwing. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. And they get him down after the completion. Here's the second down play. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. Under pressure, just lets it go. Throws the ball away, but not before taking a hit.
Well, sometimes an answer for an offensive coordinator against a good pass rush is to move the launching point. Move the quarterback from one spot to another to affect the rhythm of the pass rush. That's not having any kind of impact at all on this defense. They're getting after this quarterback no matter where he is. They do a good job of it right here.
Stanford getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. Looks to his left and makes the completion. Defense makes the stop after the completion. Stanford comes to the line quickly here. That's a design quarterback keeper. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time. So the offense with the 1st and 10 now. The football placed exactly at midfield. And he'll set up to throw. Looking for his big tight end. Finds the receiver wide open. Tackle is finally made, but it's down at the 28-yard line.
With that completion right there, this quarterback now has gone over 300 yards in this game. What a day.
The offense is clicking, and the defense just searching for answers now. And he finds his tight end for the catch. But a huge collision. Blow delivered there by the linebacker. Second down play coming up. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. Pass clock. The defense grabs him after the completion. He's just short of a 1st down. Offense now operating in the red zone, facing a 3rd and short from the 20. He shreds the tackle. Tackle made after a solid run by the junior. The Stanford offense lines up on 1st and goal now. And the quarterback drops back looking for an open man. It's a quick grab. Tackle after the catch, but the ball moves to the 4-yard line. Now a timeout is taken with just 5 seconds remaining. Now a timeout is taken with just 5 seconds remaining.
Timeout, Georgia State.
Coming up, 2nd down and goal. And looks like the quarterback's going to run it. He's swarmed by the defense. And the timeout is taken, just 2 seconds left on the clock.
Timeout.
They've moved it to the 3. Now it's 3rd and goal. Offense looking to throw the ball. Touchdown, Cardinal. And this one is getting ugly.
Coaches love to see a football team that doesn't get caught up in the scoreboard. They're just out executing and doing what needs to be done. That's what we're seeing from this offense. Yeah, they continue to put points on the board and they're pulling away. I just love to see the execution and how they're going about their business.
Well, frankly, Kirk, we hope for games that are a little bit more suspenseful. This one got out of hand early, ended up being a rout.
That's putting it nicely, Chris, right? This was a complete blowout. A solid performance in all areas by this team. Their coaches should be proud of how they looked out there today.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.